Good afternoon. Welcome back to Cool Talk for our next episode. Hope everybody's enjoyed the other episodes we have put out and still listening. Today, we are here with Jeff Doss, owner of Grand Slam Martial Arts. Welcome, Jeff. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, when you got into karate and where you've gotten to today to owning Grand Slam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, thank you first for having me today. And yes, I am from Rustburg, Virginia, and I started martial arts at 4 years old. And so I've been doing this for 32 years, and it has been my passion, and it has been my calling. And yeah, it's been a long but awesome journey. As you know, being a young kid, 4 year old, getting into martial arts, I was a big pro wrestling fan, so that's kind of what got me into karate. Was my favorite wrestler was a guy named Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He used to come in with a martial arts gi and a belt, and then I was like, all right, how can I do that? So yeah, so that was
So
what
you
got
beat
me in
up on
there.
your brother all the time.
Yeah, when he was, yeah, I couldn't then. I was about four. I'm 3.5 years older than him. So, but yeah, once that kind of happened, and he got into it as well. So he's a black belt as well. So my brother and I both did it, and my parents supported me all the way through, and it was, when I was young, there wasn't anything in our area for
I would
martial
say
arts.
Rustburg had nothing.
No.
I know of one in Concord. My dad did when I was little, and then
Right.
that faded out. But yeah, Rustburg had nothing until you started Grand Slam.
Yes, sir. And that was 2008. So 2007 was when we started working and finding places to open it. And there's not too many buildings in Rustburg,
Yeah, right.
that are available. So you're looking at different things. I had just graduated college. I went to Radford University. Graduated in 2006. And did the working thing, and I was just like, you know what, this is what I'm meant to do.
Yeah.
And so we took a broken down. Well, let's see. It was an old restaurant / bar that we turned into a martial arts school. It had been empty for about 4 years, I think. And yeah, it's that turned into now where we moved last year into the old hardware store
Yeah.
that is
That's nice.
in Rustburg. So it's cool just to see how we've taken one thing and turned it to something else.
Yeah,
So
congratulations on that. That's growing. You're doing good, and then you're started in '08. So how many active participants you have right now?
So with our
have?
martial arts school, with everything going on with COVID and stuff, we took a big hit because we had a after school program, right? And so we had about 15 to 20 kids that came every day after school, and that was really where we took a big hit from, financially more than anything. But we found a way to keep going. Most of our core student base stayed on, and we've grown during this time. So we're at about 80 to 100 members that kind of go in and out. And then we also have our dance school, which is at the other location that we used to have. So instead of closing that location, we opened a dance school in that location. So we
Awesome.
have one on one side, one end of Rustburg, and one
Well,
on
not
the other
not
end.
just karate. So
That's
if you're
right.
looking for something for a young girl or a little girl that wants to get into something, we've got dance. You've got
Yes,
dance.
yes. So we got dance, we got our martial arts program, and we also have fitness programs. So we do hip hop extreme stepping. So
Okay.
one of
Awesome.
my black belts, she got into really just finding more ways to be fit
To use her
and
skills too.
yeah.
'Cause
So
I'm sure it all works together. All
oh,
your
it
body
does.
parts and where you move, so you can do
Yes,
the
sir.
extreme fitness and still stay in shape for karate.
Yes, sir.
Are y'all? So you still able to meet and have karate practices even with COVID restrictions?
Yes, sir. So one of the best things at first I was, when you get this big building, you go from a 2,000 square foot to a 5,000 square foot, you're all like, and then you can't have people in there. You're freaking out because you're like, I'm spending all this on nothing. But
Right.
the positive of it is that I'm able to space everybody out, and we have everyone is 10 feet apart, so even more than the 6 feet. So we make sure that we have everyone separated, and we can still have just the energy back of having people in there. That's
Yeah.
what these kids
They
need
need
is
it.
to be around people, and others to motivate
Right.
them.
And a lot of kids, I coached baseball for years,
Yes, sir.
and a lot of the kids, not just looking for sports, but you're trying to teach them about life. So, and karate is a ton of discipline. So
Yes, sir.
you're teaching more than just it's not fighting.
Right.
It's fighting, but it's a respectful way of when you use it, how to use it. But you're trying to teach kids self-respect, respect for others,
Yes, sir.
and dignity, and how to love and care for each other.
Right. Definitely. And the biggest thing that I put on all of them is like, no matter what word we're focusing on or what technique we're focused on, it all has to do with your personal growth, right? So that's the biggest thing, is that we're trying to spark growth in people's lives, and either from a young age or hopefully, and we've seen this a lot as well, is we have the children in there, and the dedication that their parents have has actually helped their parents' life
Wow,
just as
nice.
much
Yeah.
as that, because they're seeing, okay, I see the changes in my child from doing this. I can take these same things that we're learning about and talking about and put it, remind myself a little bit, because that's the biggest thing. It works. Yes, your child needs to be committed to it, but really you're the one that committed to bring them there,
Yeah,
right? You're the one that's doing
it. Works on both that
Right,
and the
right.
family, because I remember there was some review person that was there taking it when Parker was there.
Yes.
I can't remember the name, but one of their kids come in. They were just having a really hard time with school.
Mhm.
Always, they would say they were always in trouble, couldn't pay attention, and then within 4 weeks of being in karate and,
Right.
and what y'all were learning, it just completely turned them around.
Right.
So it's more outside. And same thing with all sports, but in karate, you're
Yes.
trying to teach them outside life and how to, you got to be good at school no matter what.
Right.
If you want to participate, because y'all,
Yeah.
when you are doing normal tournaments and stuff, if they got to be doing good in school
Yes,
to go
sir.
to tournaments and
Yes,
stuff.
sir. Yeah. I mean, I always try to make sure that after their parents, I'm the first, or, I'm one of the people that they share their report card with.
Yeah.
Because, my biggest thing is I want them to grow and get better. So let's all share with our growth,
Right.
and how we can get better. So yeah, I mean, like this week, we do different things called dojo talks at the end of class. We sit down and, like during the week, we'll have a different word or a focus that we'll do. Like this week, we focused on public speaking, with it being Martin Luther King Jr. Day on Monday. We've always had different, themes and stuff we talk
Right.
about, but he was one of the best public speakers ever. So
Yeah. Yep.
we all need to learn how to do that, and it helps you so much if you get up in front of class and learn how to speak.
Yep.
And then we help each other out. We let the other kids say what they did good, what they did that they can improve on, and that way they're all actually, by the end of the time, they're all actually speaking
Yeah.
without them knowing it, right?
Exactly.
So
And
it's cool.
and teaching them that no matter what, and I have that baseball, no matter what people say or do, even if you don't agree with it, respect it.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
have some conversation, and
Yes, sir.
and you still can keep friendships. Are they? I guess with COVID, did y'all have any tournaments last year, or did all
No,
that was
so
canceled? And
everything's been crazy right now. I do a sport martial arts, sport karate podcast as well, called Inside Scoop, and I do that. I record that on Wednesday nights.
go subscribe, Inside Scoop.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And so we've been doing everything. Everything's kind of changed. There's not been as many, physical tournaments in Georgia and Florida. There has been some. They've gone into the virtual kind of thing with doing
Yeah.
the forums and stuff. And so I did a virtual tournament, put one on, and it was fun. The kids had a good way to do it.
Yeah.
So one of the cool things about it is it kind of connects everybody, right? So where there's people you can compete against people from internationally where you maybe couldn't before. So that part, there's always positives to
Because you
everything.
build you go to all these tournaments, you build a lot of friendships in other states,
Yes.
other dojos and areas.
Oh yeah,
And you grow up not other competing, but you also grow up as friends.
correct. Yeah, I mean, a lot of my best friends are from martial arts. Because when you have that same connection with somebody, it's just different. You understand. You can talk that same lingo, right?
Right.
And so for me, traveling since I was probably 6 years old to now, all over the United States, and then all over North America and some Europe a little bit. You just meet people and you create that bond with people. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. And then, so I know hopefully this year maybe the pandemic will lessen up where you can have tournaments. But
Right.
if you're listening and you've been quarantine long enough where you want to find something for your kids to do.
Yes.
You're accepting registrations
Yes.
for dance and karate still,
Yes,
correct?
yes. This month, let's see, we're still accepting dance registrations throughout this month. For karate, it's a little different. Like we have open enrollment all the time. So
Okay.
we start everyone on something called a 4-week growth kickoff, which is kind of like a trial, but that way they can see from the beginning to that month and see how their child has really grown, instead of just coming and trying a class and then tell you, all right, you got to commit
you can't
for
do
a
it
year.
in one class.
No.
Yeah, it takes some time.
Right. So that's what we do. But we offer everything either in-house, but we also do it virtually as well too. So every class that I have, I'm doing it through Zoom. So there's kids doing it at home that maybe are still doing virtual or
Nice.
homeschool. So we offer it. It's actually made us better, having more options.
Yeah.
So,
While people are listening, if they've never done it, I know you go from 5 to older, but what days or in times are your karate
So
and dance?
we actually do 3 to 5 year olds now. So our Little Dragons program is 3 to 5 year olds, and that's like Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15. And then after that, we do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for 6 and up. And that's like to get started. And that's 6:15 to 7. So the class gets a little longer. It's a 30-minute class from the 3 to 5 year olds because of attention and stuff.
Right,
And then
right.
you want to build them up to that. And then we do our sparring nights where they get to either doing the sparring or, we do it virtually now. So learning the sparring drills and things like that. So that's on Thursdays. Then we also have a sport karate team that does stuff. And then I do a lot of myself and my staff do a lot of private lessons, 1-on-1 lessons or 1-on-2 lessons.
Right.
So, and that really helps them kind of slow down. They need both. People ask me, it's like, should I just do private? You should do both because you need to be around, you feel comfortable being around people and doing it. And you get that motivation from others.
Right.
And then you also need to learn how to like slow it down a little bit and focus on just the specifics of your training.
Okay. And are there specific nights for dance? If anybody
For dance is Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday is
Okay.
when dance is, and then our extreme hip hop classes are 6:30 on. Let's see, we just changed it. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then Saturday morning at 9 a.m.
Awesome, and that's mainly for the adult or teenagers and adults.
Yes, yeah,
that get a
teenagers
good
and
workout.
adults. Yes.
Awesome, man. That's great stuff. Grand Slam has been a real good program in this area for a long time. I know
Yes,
y'all. I've seen it ranked in the top 4 or 5 in the nation for years.
Yes,
so
yes.
that's a huge award and to be honored. Be honored and grateful for that. That's good. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Anything else you'd like to share about it, or people don't know that might want to know? What's your address or where
Right.
to find you? A website maybe?
Right. So you can find us at grandslamfit.com, and that has the information for all of our programs, our dance, our karate, everything. And if you want to go ahead and sign up for the 4-week growth kickoff, you can do that on the site, on the martial arts site there. You can also find us on Facebook at Grand Slam Martial Arts, and Grand Slam Dance has a separate Facebook as well.
Nice.
And then Fitness with Emily is our teacher for the fitness classes. And I'm also on Instagram as well. So GS Martial Arts. And so we're all over the place, all over social media. And that's one of the things that I think has helped us as well is not just putting pictures up, but sharing the kids' stories and the family stories. And that way people can really connect with it. So,
Right. That's awesome. So y'all check it out. Check out Grand Slam. If you're in Central Virginia, need something for your kids to do, whether it's dance or karate. It's a good program. Get them some exercise, learn some karate, learn some respect and dignity, and carry the name in the community. And if you need anything, look that up on Facebook and Instagram, Grand Slam, and also on their website.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for coming in, Jeff. Man,
No
that's some good
problem.
info, and good luck this year. Hopefully COVID will leave us or something where y'all can get back to doing some tournaments. I know
Yes,
the kids
sir.
love going and winning some trophies.
Yes, sir.
So good luck with that, man, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you coming. Thank everybody for listening, and we will see you soon.